Hello, 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 and welcome to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. We're going to take a moment to remember these two young men, which we happened to lose on yesterday. So if y'all will, just bear with us and please be respectable. Charles M. Wilford, born July 23rd, 1993, and Jean Wilford, born July 11th, 1997, resided in the San Antonio, Texas area. Mr. Charles M. Wilford is the father of two beautiful little girls. Mr. Gene Wilford was the devoted and hardworking employee for Quality Force Movers. They are loved by family, friends, and more, whom not only value the enduring memories instilled, but embracing it during this time. On yesterday, November 25th, around 8 p.m., their precious lives were maliciously taken due to gun violence. Let's take this time as we dedicate today's discussion hour in their memory in silence to pay tribute and pray for the family of these two brothers. Thank y'all so much. Today's discussion hour is dedicated in tribute of them. I do appreciate y'all tuning in. And I asked all of y'all, I did know these two young men personally. That's why I'm trying not to get all choked up. I ask that you pray for the family and pray that God will keep his arms wrapped around them, embracing them during this time. It is very difficult for them right now. So this is during the seasons, so it makes it even more difficult. And just also pay attention to my post. I will be sharing a GoFundMe on behalf of the Unspoken Heart on November 9th. We will be donating to help out as well. So I ask y'all just to open your hearts and to help the mother and the fathers in their time of need in order to get them rest peacefully. We will be sharing the memory towards the end of the show as well. Rest in peace. Much love to both of you. Now I will go ahead and bring in my cast members as we will go ahead on with the show of the Forbidden Breed. Please, the lines will be open. So if y'all have any questions or comments, just make sure that you can you call in. You can ask any question, comment anything pertaining to this, because this is something very interesting on it today that we had came across. So to start off all the way from Austin, Texas, I bring to y'all our co-host, Dwight Robinson.
Watch this.
Our co-host Tanise and King D. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
We're good.
And I hope y'all Thanksgiving was blessed. I know I was briefly in with Tanise when she was in the kitchen trying to whip up her something.
Yeah, a little something.
Something. And how about you, Dwight? How was it going for you?
Oh, I'm still full.
Oh, you still okay? Okay, Dwight. I mean, King D.
You muted.
I think you're muted.
There we go. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just went around town and picked up plates from the family and came on back home.
Okay. Yeah, I was in for majority of the day. So I know we have been talking during this week about this subject, and I'm ready to get into the pod. How about y'all?
Yes.
Okay. What we're going to do first, we're going to go ahead and play one of the clips on what we're discussing today so that some can get an idea of it, and then we'll hear the controversial side of this.
So I get this question a lot. I mean a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and answer it. The question is, does the king date women with kids? Now, before I answer this question, I know some of y'all women finna be mad. Y'all finna be talking crazy in my comments. Some of y'all may even understand where I'm coming from. But hey, I believe in being transparent and being honest. So let's go ahead and get to it. Do I date women with kids? The answer to that question is no, I don't. Let me tell you my reasons why. One, I don't have kids. I don't have kids at all. Two, I could never love or take care of a kid that I don't see my features in. I know myself pretty well, and I know that that's not for me. I know that without a shadow of a doubt, that's not for me. Now, to the men out there who are raising kids that aren't theirs or dating women who have kids, kudos to you. Continue to keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? But as for me, I know that's not for me. Three, I never wanted to walk into something that was pre-made. You know, when my wife comes, when God brings my wife, I want to be able to have our first and only set of kids together. That's what I prefer. That's what I want. So those are my reasons. Again, I know some of y'all gonna get upset. I know some of y'all gonna be mad. It is what it is. But the one thing you gotta respect about me is that I was honest. It's the king. Y'all be blessed. I'm gone.
Now, before we hear the other video of him, he's a trip. I don't have a problem when it comes down to somebody's preference. That is somebody's preference. You know, just like we had discussed on when we was talking about, dating outside your race. Whatever is your preference, that's your preference. You shouldn't be attacked for that. Long as you're not discriminating against the other side, long as you're not bashing the other side, it's your preference. Everybody's attracted to a different flavor. But, I know on this here, I've watched his page pretty closely. And there were some people that did bash, kind of attacked him. And, he gave down reasons, things that he said is we're going to be getting into that because it's he a trip. But, my thing is that, if you don't want to date nobody with kids, that's your preference. If you don't have kids and you're like, okay, I don't want nobody with kids, fine, that's your preference. But, when you put it on other people, that's, as in a trend to like go against single mothers, that's a different level. So, based on the video that y'all just seen, what is I'm gonna go to King D. What is your opinion about that?
First of all, I feel like that you cannot call yourself, you just cannot call yourself a king when you are pretty much bashing your own people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, I'm not saying that his preference is, just black women or white women, because he didn't, speculate or say what his preference was. But you can't call yourself a king, especially when it comes down to kids, because the king is going to take care of the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? The full package. You know what I'm trying to say? And it doesn't have anything to do with, you know, being a king doesn't have anything to do with the woman and what she already has. That makes no sense to me. But it's new.
And you know what? I thought the same way as you thought, on the same lines. When you think about a king, you think about his whole surrounding.
Right.
You don't have a limitation. It's everybody that's surrounded around him. He's taking care of his empire, you know,
Exactly.
and it's no limitations to a certain kind, you know. But my thing is like, you know, he said he doesn't want no woman with no kids. He is 32 years old. So, you know, you got to look at your age as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say time is ticking for you, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna find a woman this day and age that does not already or don't already have kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very hard to find that. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's his preference, and hey, you got to respect his opinion, because it's a dumb opinion, but you still got to respect it at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yes.
We'll go over to Tanise.
Well, like we were saying, I do respect his opinion. That is his personal preference. I mean, not everybody wants to deal with other people's kids, and that's fine. But keep your preference to yourself.
Exactly.
Don't put it on everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. Don't put it on everybody else. And Dwight?
I can see where he's coming from, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if he wants to marry a woman that doesn't have any kids and he doesn't want the responsibility of other family members, then that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, we all have our choice of who we want to marry, who we want to be with. But some of the things, like I watched this young man, and a lot of things I agree with him with, and a lot of things I don't agree with him with, and we'll definitely be talking about it in the show and everything. But you know, everybody got their right to do what they want to do. So, and it won't be hard for him to find some. You know, it's a lot of women out here that don't have children and everything. So he'll eventually find somebody. You know, but hey, that's his life. You know.
It is his life.
Yeah. And like I said, you can respect, you know, I respect the honesty. You know, I can't do nothing but respect but what you want for your life. But when you apply that to other people's life, because I'm about bringing relationships together, you know, mending people together, you know, everyone sometime in life cannot control certain circumstances. But we're going to see this next video, and he kind of goes into something else.
The only immature thing about this situation is that you done let the whole block bust in you. Now you got all these kids, and now you want the king to be your sponsor. You should have been more selective on who you was dealing with. Now you out here looking for your baby daddy and can't find him. Like, where's Waldo?
Well, I don't know who Walter is, but
Waldo.
Where's Waldo?
Walter, whoever.
Is where's Waldo?
But my thing about it is that, you know, when it comes down to him, it's like, okay, you have your preference. Now, he got to glorify, because what ended up happening, and we'll go to this part here, is that after the first video that y'all seen, somebody contacted him. And he told him that after seeing his video, it inspired him to leave the woman that he had been with for 10 years, that he had no kids with, but she had kids. And he was happy about that. He's like, well, I didn't know I was going to inspire somebody to do something like that in order to leave their kid, you know, to what they own. You know, my thing is that you was boasting about, one, breaking up a relationship. Now, the flip side of that is, in my opinion, the guy must have not really loved the lady. Because if you really love somebody, that means whatever comes with them. meaning whether they have kids or not. But then at the same time, if you loved her, why you had to go through a video where a guy is stating, well, you should want to have your own. Don't get with no woman that have kids, you know. And he goes along, and as we go along in the show, you're going to see he actually goes to the point of battering the single mothers. And this is why we chose to have this topic today, because he attacks the single mothers. So on that video there, Dwight, what do you think?
Well, first I'm gonna say this: this young man is getting some of his information from different platforms, and Kevin Sanders is one of them. Because I'm like, it's just funny how he says things, and he say things kind of like Kevin Sanders, because he says there's no benefits of being a stepfather, which means you marry a woman with kids, she may not can handle more kids, or you don't get a kid from that. Then raising someone else's kids, they might get on you for disciplining the kids and somehow, and you just don't get no benefits out of it. So this is what this young man is basing some of his logic on by watching Kevin Sanders and everything. Now, I believe that the man that was with this woman for 10 years, he knew this woman had kids before he got with her. So he just used that as a cop out, because, as I agree with you, he didn't love the woman at first. So he used that as well, this is my chance without this relationship, because I really don't want to be with her anyway. Because you've been with somebody for 10 years and you know she have kids. Come on now, that's crazy.
Yeah, but see, also if you look at this guy here, and I don't want to call him a king, even though he got himself labeled as that, because he's far from that.
No king to me.
But you're sitting here telling me, I don't want no child that I cannot see my features in. Every child does not have your feature. It could take everything from the mother. It could take everything from the father. You can't go off of that, you know. And my thing is that, you know, he states that can't no man without kids love that child like he would love his own. Now, when you mention Kevin Sanders, I'm not a fan of his. And I don't know why women are really giving him the views, because he actually abuses the women on his show. So it's good that you brought up Kevin Samuels, because we actually got a piece of him.
Are you married?
Yeah.
Kids?
I have one. I want more. I know I have a son, and I know you all.
I'm just telling you, if you talk about high value men, you know what that means, right?
My son is with a high-valued man as well. I know you.
Was he your husband, though?
No, he was not my husband.
Why was he? How long were you guys together?
On and off for 10 years.
Why didn't you guys get married?
I don't think we were compatible.
Then why'd you make a baby? See, men, I need you to understand, you want a high value man to be a stepdaddy? Sierra got y'all confused.
Yeah. I mean, my son's father is a great man. And
it doesn't matter. The kind of man you're talking about can go get a 25-year-old version of you without a kid. That's why I'm like, I think you ladies need to realize when you have children, high value is pretty much off the table, especially in today's dating environment. Today's dating environment is different than it was even 5 years ago. Too much information. The cat is out of the bag. New York Post even talked about it today. Do you realize that you can't have one struggle to get the kind of man you're talking about? Not one. Did you watch my broadcast last night? Is it over for these women?
No, I didn't.
I talked about the kind of women that it's over for regarding high value men. And I said these career boss chicks, these high earners who want to continue it's over for them because a man's not going to compete with that. Go watch it last night. And I also talked about women who are unfit. It's over for them. And I said it too. If you have a kid, it's a wrap. Because you got to realize that the men you want are in the top 5% of men. and they can go get, and they have access to, and women are actively shooting their shots. So what can you do? And then you want them to be monogamous? You're not monogamous. You bring us somebody else's kid. Do you want to get married?
Now, that there is it's funny how you brought up Mr. Sanders. And like I said, I'm not a fan of his because, you know, the way he really belittles women, he attacks them on his show. It's abusive the way he talks to them. But when you compare these two here, I feel the same way that this guy here is on the same line with Kevin Sanders, because the way he speaks of, you know, as we go further on in the show, is that single mothers, if you have kids and you're a single mother, it's over for you.
Mm-hmm. That's not necessarily true.
No, because I know people that, you know, that have kids that's gotten married, that guys that took them on. But see, this is what kind of tripped me off, because in this guy's opinion, if you a man with no kids and you get into a relationship or marry somebody with kids, you're not valuable. You're not of a king's stature.
In a way, it's kind of almost, well, in my opinion, it's kind of almost blaming a woman for having kids.
Yeah, it's like punishing
it. Is.
Like punishment. Like, it's kind of weird in a way.
Yes.
And he doesn't care if the woman had kids and the husband died or something. He don't care about none of that.
He didn't make it clear.
I was going to say, I was raised in a household. It was 5 of us, you know, and my aunt got married with all 5 of her kids. Like, you know, because I was raised by my aunt, y'all know that. And I mean, she still got married and everything, and he treated us like he was treated us. But my mom's husband, you know, Joseph, who I call my dad to this day, because my biological father's dead, but he treated us just like, you know, none other. Like we were his own kids, and we came in his life when we were 10. So it's still possible, you know. I mean,
yeah, because in his opinion, you cannot love somebody else's kids like you love your own. And you know, me personally, I don't like the word stepdad. Mm-hmm. To me, that's not a stepdad. That's a man that is stepped up.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know,
my mom did. My mom married too.
Yeah.
My mom got married at a later age. I was 17 when she married her husband. And that man treated us just like his own daughters, and treated us well, mm-hmm. showed us what a father was supposed to
that's what
like and everything.
I feel like that's just, I mean, since he wants to talk about God and all that kind of stuff, I mean, or kings, I just feel like that's what a king or a god would do. Like, you know, like I just would care. Like, you don't care if they already have kids. If they love is love, you know what I'm saying? If you marry this woman, you're not marrying her for benefit or anything. You're just marrying her because you love her. You know, exactly. It doesn't matter if she has kids or already. And you also got those men that do get in these relationships with women that already have kids, and then they have kids, but the woman only treat their kids a certain way, and then treat the other kids like crap. No.
Mm-mm. Yeah, because you do have those that do speak difference.
Yeah, they do.
We're gonna come back and finish this conversation pertaining to this. We're gonna go to a small break, so we'll be right back.
Good afternoon. This is Johnny from Employed by Nobody, serial entrepreneur, proud Black business owner, and so my set apart is a part of my story. It raised me. It runs through my veins. I'm so proud. I'm so inspired. I'm just so happy to see the legacy continuing, and I support my set apart.
Hello, family. My name is Sishman Rimson. I am the CEO of SMR Security Services. I'm also a regional vice president with Primerica Financial Services. Look, guys, I'm making this video for one reason and one reason only, and that is because I am blessed to be in business and partnership with Suma Set Apart. The owners of that company are my friends, my brother and sister in Christ. Listen, I support Suma Set Apart, and guess what? You should too.
Hello, it's me, Chef Tish. I'm the owner operator of Tish's Homestyle Cooking. I'm always rocking that Samai on y'all daily. I support Samai Set Apart.
My name's Warren G with the Young Millionaire in Training. financial coaching and financial literacy platform, and I support Samai Set Apart.
Hi, my name is Sierra Parker, and I'm the CEO and founder of Queening in My Purpose nonprofit organization. I'm so proud that my organization is partnered with Samai Set Apart. Thank you guys for being such amazing people. I support Samai Set Apart.
Hey y'all, it's Brother Freddie, Mr. 50, Mr. 5. I'm stepping in from the shoe shop with day one, Samai La Familia. And I'm just stepping in to say that myself and the family, we support Samai Set Apart.
Love you, Uncle Drop.
I'm Donald Mays, and I approve this message.
Okay. Thank y'all for tuning in. And we're back talking about the forbidden breed. So, it's a good thing that you brought up the biblical thing that you mentioned, Dominique, because he did mention something. He said that he quoted a Bible scripture, and he says that if you so asked of it, God would just give you the desires of your heart.
Mm-hmm.
In reference to him wanting a woman without kids. Okay, but my thing is that you are applying this for everybody, because he's saying that he's creating kings and he's going to break generational curses where men are marrying into a ready-made family, more or less.
You better be careful with that. Because first of all, the Lord ain't gonna bless no mess. You can't go around interrupting anybody's relationships without being punished for your own sins of destroying families.
Yes, true. So, in a biblical sense, when you say this, it's like you got to look at it on both sides. Yes, God does state that he will grant you the desires of your heart.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you're bashing women, even to the point to where you are calling them hoes.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
And this is what he basically called them. And, just like he said in one of his videos, you sit up here just dibbing and dabbing. That's not what a single mother does. A single
don't have time for that.
No, and it cannot help the situation that they're in. Because like one lady came on and she was like, my thing is that all three of my kids are from my husband, but my husband passed away. So you're saying, okay, she lost her husband in death. So you're telling me that she's not worthy enough to, can be able to have a man to come in and love her and her children? That makes him less valuable?
According to him.
I said, according to him, that's what it say. That's what that's what he said.
He's saying he's really getting that information wrong, because there's nothing wrong with a woman that's been married, that had 3 kids by a man that she was married to. But like I said, once again, it goes back to Kevin Sanders. That's why I said this young man is taking this information and just using it for his own platform. Because I remember somebody was saying, Kevin Sanders was talking about women that are having babies by a bunch of different men. You have a baby by one man, then you have a baby with another man, and then you have a baby with another man. And then when you do beat that right man, you got to take on that responsibility of you having different kids by different fathers. Now, with a woman that's been married or the father died, of course, he's wrong with that. If this woman had babies with a father, with a husband that passed, or got a divorce, I see nothing wrong with that. And I think he even said about something about the older women, about their kids being grown. Now, that right there is crazy. If a woman have older kids that are grown out the house, so what the hell that supposed to mean by not getting with a woman that has older kids? So this young man is kind of confused. Like I said, for each their own. If you want to marry a woman that doesn't have any kids, that's fine. Now, if these dumb men, not all men, but some of these men want to sit there and listen to that stupid game and say, well, I don't want to be with you because you got kids. But like I said, you knew this when you got with the woman. If she had 2 or 3 kids and you dated her for 2 or 3 years, don't use that as a cop out, the relationship. That to me, that's the weak part about it. Don't use this to get out of a relationship that you already knew was going to have kids.
Sure.
Yes.
And I need to remove something. So while I'm doing that, we're gonna look at 2 more of his videos because I want your opinion on these 2 here.
King, this is the season of elevation. This is the season of elevation. So what does that mean? That means you will only go as high as the people you run with. So if you kicking it with all them homeboys that just want to smoke weed and want to party and run the club, leave their ass alone, bro. They ain't trying to do shit in life. Stop fucking with these females, bro. They got all these kids. You're childless. You ain't got no kids. That is no value to you, bro. Go create your own legacy. You know I had to throw that in there. But again, man, this is the season of elevation. So that business idea that you have, go ahead and start it. You've been telling yourself all year, man, that you want to get in the gym. Go ahead and start today. God has given you the dominion over everything that you want to accomplish in life. Go do it. Nothing can stand in your way, bro. This is legacy season. This is the season of elevation. Let's get it. In all my days of living, I would have never thought I would see women out here trying to manipulate a guy into raising kids that are not his. Y'all out of line. Y'all are out of line. Who raised y'all, man? Were y'all raised by gorillas? Because ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way that you think that you can manipulate somebody into raising your kids. Especially when they're not his. What is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I posted my preference video on September 27th. It is now November 3rd, and y'all are still trying to convince me to raise y'all kids. Y'all look pathetic. Y'all look pathetic, man. Y'all are sad, and we are laughing at y'all in the comments. Y'all are sad. Y'all look thirsty. Can I offer you a drink? No, I'll take that back, because I don't know where your lips have been at. Understand this. Real kings, 9 times out of 10, they want to build their own family. We are not looking to walk into something that has already been pre-made. I keep stressing this. We want to make our own. You got to accept it, man. I'm sorry. Stop thinking that you can change our mind because you can't. We stand 10 toes on this. You cannot change our mind. Cut it out, please. You're making yourself look bad. And you're making us laugh at you. All day. Every day. Y'all be blessed.
Let's give a shout out to Miss Tony Gaskin. Thank you for tuning in. Christina Fowler, she said, loving this girl. Keep having these tough conversations. Thank you, baby. Thank you. And Uncle Hubbard, he said, that's right. Yes, yes, yes. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you so much. I did have to take a moment to delete some things. I had got an inbox message, so there's some things I will not be furthering. But on what we just he makes me sick, and I hate to put it like that.
Look at here now. You gotta build your kingdom up. You heard what he said.
He went from telling women, which was fine at first. He went from telling women that, okay, this is my preference. This is what I don't want. This is what I do want. This is what I asked God for. To now you are disvaluing women that are single mothers, which my thing is, single mothers cannot help the situation they're in. And my thing is that what does he expect? That you're supposed to stay with the person that's abusing you? You're supposed to stay with the person that is mistreating you, or that's doing something ill treatment to your children? Just so you won't be alone? Because no man that without kids should be able to be in a relationship with you with kids.
Yeah, he's something else.
I don't understand that. I really don't. And it doesn't make sense at all.
You know what? I am so glad that Shaquille O'Neal's stepdad didn't think that way.
Yeah,
right.
Me too. Me too.
I am so glad he didn't think that way. He stepped up and took care of that young man like he was his own. And he is a great king, a wonderful father. That's a true king, not this kindergarten stuff that we're hearing from this young man.
Yeah, and I agree with you because I'm gonna tell you, it's not just single mothers. So you're saying single mothers that men that don't have children should not get with a woman with kids. So now look at the flip side. There are men that's actually single fathers.
Exactly.
So are you saying that if that woman doesn't have no kids, that she's not a queen or valuable?
She's not a valuable queen.
You don't want a man with kids?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
and my thing is, you want to pray to God for certain things, which, no problem. He grants you what you need, long as you in accordance with him. But at the same time, you want a woman with no kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my thing is, a woman with kids, my thing is that you put her in a position to where you feel like, okay, she's not worthy of having nobody. If she's not with the daddies, then she don't need to be nobody. To the way he's mocking, and I shared this with Denise, where he said, well, I tell you what I'll do, I'll give one single mother 30 minutes of my time to take her and her kids trick-or-treating. That's all you get. They can call me daddy, whatever, but that's all they get, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So now you're going to a level to where you're mocking the single mother.
Yes. Carmen's a mother.
Yeah, and see, the thing about it is that it doesn't stop there. It also goes to the point to where it's like he actually, because he has his own show as well, but he's selling T-shirts.
Look at that. I refuse to accept that.
Yeah, he wants the single men without children, to go around and say, look, this is what I support. I refuse to be a stepdaddy. Kings create their own.
Now that sounds familiar. Where I hear that from? Yeah. Look, Spice, I'm gonna tell you this. This young man, he can say what he wants to say. If that's his choice. But I also think he's using this as a platform to get views because it's popular. It's hot. It's popular right now. You have a lot of young men listening to him. You got females. Like I said, you got a lot of women. They agree with him. And this is this new generation. This is what popping off. This is what hot right now. And in my opinion, he's not even looking for a woman or a queen right now. He's just having fun, saying what he's saying, and his platform, getting people to follow him. And like I said, he can do what he want to do. That's if he doesn't want to marry a woman or go with a woman to have kids, that's fine. But you got to think about the consequences that they have a lot of people out there that's mentally not strong that might be with a woman that have children, and they just pack up and leave because they hear him saying you don't need to be with that woman because she has children. That's why I said some of these people are weak-minded and they'll do it, just like that dude that been with this one for 10 years, and all of a sudden, oh my God, I seen the light. I seen the light. Thank you. Oh my God. Come on, man. Are you kidding me?
You gotta get it too. You say you want to get a woman without kids. Okay, you get a woman without kids because you want to breed your own. But what if you end up with that woman with no kids and marry her, but she's all about herself? She doesn't have that.
Or she don't want kids.
Yeah. She doesn't want any kids at all. You gonna want kids, but you want kids by somebody that doesn't have no kids. Now you get a woman that don't have no kids, but she's at the point where she's like all about herself.
This is a prime example of that Steve Harvey asked Steve. Y'all know the little thing to say "Ask Steve" on Facebook. It was a guy on there, and he had been with his wife, I think, 15 years, and she already had 4 kids. Their kids were grown. She had them while she was, young. He married her and everything. They had already been married for 10 years, but he wanted a kid with her, and she didn't want any more kids. She was like, "I did my kids. My kids is grown. I ain't got time." I think they were in their late 30s, early 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Well, I want a kid with my wife, blah, blah, blah." So Steve was like, "Hey, if she doesn't want kids and he wants kids, y'all can kind of meet somewhere in the middle. So they all boiled down to it. At the end, she was like, "Oh, maybe I will give him a kid," and then Steve was like, "Well, you don't have to give him a kid; you can give him a godchild." So, boom, that might be what they do.
But see, he wouldn't even set up for that because that's still not his breed.
That's still not his.
Oh, true.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what they sit there think about not having it.
If the woman's kids are grown and gone, he still don't want her because even though they're grown and gone and she lives on her own, to him, you still got kids. That's
it's
not
like a used car to him or something.
I don't know what his problem is.
Yeah, like you know how I guess he thinks once a woman has a kid, her value goes down or something. Like
yes, and that's the way he puts it, as if she has no value. To me, you say you're not a king unless you breed your own. You're not a king if you get with a woman that has kids.
But we also got to understand the circumstances that these women have. It could be, God forbid, she could have got raped before and had a kid and decided to keep it. Her husband could have died. It's different reasons of.
Yeah, my son's father. That's what happened to me.
You said what?
That's what happened to me. My eldest son and his father died.
Yeah. So, hey. And it takes a king to finish raising that son up. Like, hey.
That's what I was going to say. In my book, the way I see it, if you want to say a king is a person that steps in there and takes their child, just like she said Shaquille O'Neal's stepdad did. Stepfather, he's a father.
That's a king.
Yes. He came and he helped steer that person in the right direction and been there for him mentally, emotionally, physically, the way that a father should be. He loved him young, and that's because of that, when Shaquille got to being famous, he came back and instead of awarding the biological dad that tried to all of a sudden come through the curtains, he was giving all credit to the man that stepped up to be a father.
Most artists, most famous people do have those stepfathers. They take great care. Because they were there. Their real fathers weren't there.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's like, because I think it was, when I watched it, it was actually two men that left their relationship. One of them called off the engagement. One filed for divorce.
And the sad thing is they don't know what they're missing, because you don't know what those kids are going to be, and you're going to miss out on a wonderful life with these kids.
And see, that's my thing is, you done spent 10 years, and these kids got attached to you. You are what they know. And then all of a sudden, you want to just disappear as if they was a non-factor to your life, or that you was a non-factor to their life. And that's why, like some of these women, they need to be careful bringing different men around their children.
Yes.
The attachment. And it does mentally start to, mess with a child, because they be like, well, why won't they stay? Why they keep leaving? He
didn't love us, that mom. He didn't love us.
Exactly. And to me, it's like when he's doing this and he's putting out there that single men, and more or less, I'm going to say he's promoting it, that single men that don't have any children, not to get with women with children, you are hurting them. You're not helping them. And that's nothing to brag about, because
he doesn't care.
I would have felt bad if a person told me, well, because of your video, I left my relationship. You think I would felt proud that I broke up a relationship?
That shouldn't be something good. No.
Oh no, because he felt like he's saving this guy from being stuck in a relationship with a woman that had children that are now his, where he can find a younger woman or a woman close to that age with no kids that he can build his kingdom with. But like I said, 10 years, to me, that's just stupid. And furthermore, people, exactly. But the thing is, the kids at 10 years got attached to this man already for 10 years. That's a long, long time. And they should be asking that man, well, damn, why the hell you didn't marry her? You've been with her for 10 years. You ain't out. Now, I don't know if the man was married to her or not, but he wasn't married to her. Then why are you with somebody for 10 years? You ain't married your wife.
Exactly. And see, that was my point.
Now, don't get me wrong. The young man speaks some kind of truth. I have to give him that. Okay, if he is, he's single, and any other men out there that are single, and they're not in a relationship with nobody, and you want to start a family, and you want to start a fresh family, that is fine. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to have another woman without kids so y'all can establish a strong relationship. And there's nothing wrong with having a strong family unit with the kids that y'all both conceived together. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't go around bashing other men or women, because there's men out there that are single too, leaving these people with these children that you've grown attached to, like the man of 10 years, making it an excuse to leave his woman. You are just a coward. I'm sorry. That's what you are.
The thing is, you're a follower too, because why can't you just lead your own direction? Why do you try to go off of somebody like this, video and saying, well, okay, you don't be with a woman that has kids. If you don't have no kids by a woman, want to have your own breed, which I'm not against, but don't put that on everybody.
Right.
Everybody's situation is different. Don't nobody predict or plan in a goal to be a single parent.
No.
So it's
there's some people that do plan to be single, like a single mother, or they want to be a single father, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. You want to do that, that's your business. Yeah. I would rather not be a single mom. No.
Yeah, but let's look at this next video that he has up.
Are you married?
Yeah.
That's the wrong one.
In all my days of living, I would have never thought I would see women out here trying to manipulate a guy into raising kids that are not his. Y'all out of line. Y'all are out of line. Who raised y'all, man? Were y'all raised by gorillas? Because ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way that you think that you can manipulate somebody into raising your kids. Especially when they're not his. What is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I posted my preference video on September 27th. It is now November 3rd, and y'all are still trying to convince me to raise y'all kids. Y'all look pathetic. Y'all look pathetic, man. Y'all are sad, and we are laughing at y'all in the comments. Y'all are sad. Y'all look thirsty. Can I offer you a drink? No, I'll take that back, because I don't know where your lips have been at. Understand this. Real kings, 9 times out of 10, they want to build their own family.
Now, what I wanted to get out of that, he's saying that the single mother is manipulating.
Mm-hmm. And they nasty too, the way he's doing it.
He's saying that single parents manipulates the man without kids to get with them.
Nobody manipulating nobody.
I thought when you have a relationship, it's because y'all are attracted to each other. Mm-hmm. Y'all fall for each other. Y'all want to grow together.
You got some chemistry.
And if it's a package with her, you accept whatever is a part of her.
It's not always like that. It could be lust. A man that tell you anything just to get with you, even though he doesn't even want your kids, just to say that to get with you. So when people get together, they need to put all their cards on the table. You want a woman with kids. If you walk into a relationship, you see that this woman have kids, you already know what you're walking into. It ain't like you blind, Charles or nothing like that. And then two, if you want a child and she's not willing to give you a child, then deuces. They'll find a woman that will give you children. For 2 years and then say, baby, you're gonna have my child, and then she tells you no. Y'all should have found that out. Should have found out. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know where they do that at, where they manipulate. I know there's some people that, like trick men or, put on a facade, but to manipulate so that you could be, a killer's dad that goes into a ready-made family. I don't know nothing about that.
I don't see how you can manipulate somebody when the kids are sitting right there. You can't manipulate the person into it. That's some human beings over there. I mean,
you can't manipulate nobody. That's crazy.
But my thing is that,
I don't know. That's a new one. I don't see how you can miss that.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. That young man, I'm using the word man lightly.
Male.
Okay, that young male He's got a lot of growing up to do. He's got a lot of growing up to do. Still got some maturity that he needs to develop because he needs a mentor. He needs a very good mentor. Kevin is not a good mentor for him. I think he needs a strong mentor. I don't think he's talking about all these people, how they raised by gorillas. I feel that he was talking about himself because his logic is off. I mean,
see, my thing is, what woman want to get with somebody with the mindset that he has? Because I listen to him. He's very, looking like, you got to look at this. Okay, he finds his woman that has no kids. Okay, boom, she have a kid by him that is of his breed. Now, what if she leave you because she gets tired of your controlling ways? She gets tired of your arrogancy, because he's demanding so much from a woman to be a certain way, the type of woman he wants. But what about the type of man that you are? Mm-hmm. And that's maybe why he's still single at 32. So you want to have this self-molded person for yourself, but are you equivalent to that person in order to say, I deserve that?
Well, you know what? There's a lot of single women out there with no kids, so I don't know why he hasn't found one yet. Because there's a lot of women out there with no kids his age, so why hasn't he found his queen yet?
That's the other thing he says, because he was questioning about that there's hardly any woman that you're going to find that has no kids. Majority of them have kids. His response to that is, then y'all haven't traveled enough.
What?
Wait, you haven't traveled enough.
You haven't traveled, meaning that that if you ain't found her in your city, then she has to be in another state. Meaning that she's there, but you probably need to go out and travel to find this person.
But who gonna? I mean, at this point, with him being 32 years old, his time is ticking. So
yeah, it's running out.
It's gonna get harder and harder to have this breed.
He's probably not ticking because he can have a baby until he can have one at 60 years old. So his time is not really ticking.
Yeah,
but
he's saying his time is ticking unless he get a younger woman.
Yeah.
Well, but he can still have a child, even though now he can be like that show we had with the 50-year-old man marrying an 18-year-old woman. He could be one of those dudes. Well, I'll just be 50 and get
honestly, I believe that's what's gonna happen because he's not gonna find one around his age range to.
Of course not. That's why I said he got time. He's 30. He's still young. He got plenty of time. He can wait till he get 50 and get an 18-year-old girl and say, "Nah, I'm gonna have a family."
It'll never happen. The reason why I'm saying it'll never happen because, like Teresa said, God don't bless no mess. So he gonna get with that woman, but she ain't gonna be able to bear his child. I guarantee. God ain't gonna bless no mess.
Miss Anika, Miss Anika, much love. Thank you for the comment. You're in our prayers. I'm not gonna say too much more on that because I got an inbox. And Margot Williams, she said narcissistic. I agree with that. Yes.
Yes. 100%.
100%. Because I'm like, okay, you sit here and you saying, I want a woman with no kids. I want a woman that's shaped like this. She's got to be equivalent to this. And then he brags about what he has, which he does. He might got some money. I'm not a fan of flouting what you got, or your money or whatever. But he brags on that. And, every time you see him in a video, he's always going out to eat, which is his preference. Okay.
Man got money to eat.
I guess so. He has no wife and kids.
Right, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. He's gonna find a woman that he's looking for, but at an older age. He's gonna be probably in his 50s or so. And what's gonna happen is the young girl gonna get tired of him, and she gonna leave him. So I'm telling you, he will get what he asking for. She will have his child, but she's gonna lose him.
Exactly.
He's gonna be mad because his kingdom ain't gonna be.
Then
his kingdom.
You're gonna be having your breed somewhere else.
Yep.
What did
I say earlier? I said karma is a mother.
Yeah, you sit up here and like I said, I agree with White. I feel like that he's using as he's a follower as an example, Mr. Samuel, which we end up finding out because me and Denise always be in people business, like, you know, researching and stuff, that he don't like women. He like men. So that's why Mr. Samuels is not a good person to actually follow. Yeah.
No.
And, that's why I don't understand why some of these women go on his show and he and allows him to belittle them and abuse them like that.
Godfather. He's the Godfather, man. They call him the Godfather.
No, he ain't.
They call him
He's
the Godfather.
godmother.
Dwight, you like Kevin Samuels?
Huh?
You like Kevin
Samuels?
Samuels?
That was his man then.
Says, I mean, some of the things he said kind of make a little sense, but a lot of things he said I totally disagree with. Because he doesn't speak for men and he doesn't speak for every woman. Now, if you know, he have a high following and most of them are women. He has so many women that worship this man and ask what he's about.
And that's sad because they're worshiping with
in him because his attitude is stank. It's like, the way
it must have turned them on. They just keep dialing it up, boy. They just keep dialing it up.
Yeah, so. And Margot Williams, she said that's like a 1 looking for a 10. I agree with that.
Oh Lord, look at that person that I gotta.
Yes.
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 Margot hit it right on the head.
Yes.
It's like, you know, I don't know. It's just like he's following after this dude and, you know, trying to get little ideas from him and he's running with it.
Yes. Them slugs he's throwing, he needs to turn around and throw those slugs right back at him because he is not a high value man himself.
Now,
but what I think with this quote that's up now, I mean, whatever he said that's up right now, I think he's meaning like a woman that's just a loose woman. You know what I'm trying to say? Like a real loose woman.
Oh no, he talks about them all.
Well, I'm just saying. That's why I said.
Then you talk about all the women that have kids because his thing is if you have a kid, you are a hoe.
You are a whore.
Now the question is,
with you, you're not valuable.
You're not valuable.
And he's not a king. My thing is that he don't know what a king truly is. He really don't.
Yes. Like if you was to leave your woman, let's say you left your woman, your wife, whatever. You left her and she's with the kids. You move on, create your new family. Now she, in his eyes, she's a whore.
So if you have one kid by one man, you a hoe?
Yeah.
Is that what he's saying?
Yes.
Or is something wrong with you because you couldn't hold on to him, like Kevin.
Yeah. You made a bad decision, so you're weak.
Maybe he tragically died. You never know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I agree with Margot. He's a narcissist.
He's definitely a narcissist.
Yeah. And it does, you know, because he doesn't make sense to me. Like I'm like, okay, bro, you should have stopped at your preference.
You should have stopped there.
Now I agree with him where the only thing I seen wrong was like the comments, you know, because you know, even though he says he don't want a woman with kids, the women were attacking him, you know. But it was
they shouldn't have.
But
at that point,
offended because because you know you can't attack somebody for their preference. If that's what he likes for himself, then you can't do nothing but respect that and move to the next.
Yeah, like I prefer really tall men. You gonna attack me because I don't want to date no short man?
Yep, sure am.
Exactly.
I don't want no short man. I want a tall man.
Tell the men to wear heels then.
Oh my God.
No. No. But hey, like the women, ladies shouldn't be attacking that man because he wants a woman with no kids. That is a preference, and he's worthy of that preference because that's what he wants.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. But don't try to put that view on other people.
Yeah, and Margot says, Spicy and Dwight, y'all know me under Warren. Oh, Margot Warren. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, it just me. I took offense. I didn't take offense when he said what was his preference because that's his business. I took offense when you start striking at single mothers. because a lot of singles, it's just like you're saying that we're
worthless.
We're no
worthless.
We spoiled goods.
You don't know what you got. You may have a queen that could be able to take care of your whole life, change your life into the most positive thing on this planet.
But you know what it is? I believe another thing that it is that he's the type of man that doesn't want nothing to be before him. Because a woman's gonna put her kids before.
I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that.
So I believe that he's one of those men that, like, if she already has kids, the attention is not gonna be on just me and her. She's gonna be focused more on her child, which is I just think that's what he feels.
You may be right on that one. You might be knocked down and hitting that nail, but you know what I mean. Hell shit.
And then him having it's like,
sorry.
You cannot put it.
Well, if that was the case, if he was like that, it would be the purpose of him dating a woman with a child. If a man want to be number one, why would he date a woman that has a child, knowing that she got to give the child that attention? So that right there.
That's why he's saying. But that's why he's saying that he doesn't want a woman with kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So obviously, that's the only other reason that I can think of it being.
Because he's going to break generational curses. He is standing in the fan to where he's encouraging every man that doesn't have no kids, that is with a woman with kids, to leave, so that you can stand, you can break the generational curse, and you can become a king.
But all the women with kids, we're curses.
But what I'm saying, it don't have nothing to do about him being a king. I think he's just saying that just to be saying it. I feel like that. I feel like that, and the person that left his family for after 10 years or whatever. I feel like, oh yeah, he right. You know what I'm saying? It's not even about this and the third. I'm leaving. I'm out. I believe that's what it is. Like, he wants a woman that's gonna focus on him and him home.
Yeah, because
he just used it as a cop out
because I've seen men that married a woman. So there was one man that married a woman for 5 kids. And their marriage is good. He's happy. He said, because the way he puts it, that she's good for him. And then that's my thing. You setting yourself to where you're limiting to a certain statute, to where that one person that don't have kids probably is not even good for you.
Maybe the
woman that have kids, that's compassionate, that's understanding, that actually listens, that know how to support you and to uplift you. And then you could get this one woman that doesn't have any kids, that's all about herself. She doesn't because she doesn't want to lose her shape, or she don't want to spend money on somebody else, but nobody else but herself. Or she wants him to just be about her. So you got to be careful what you ask for. And Marco said he must have been abandoned by his mother. However, he shouldn't want children, so can get all the attention.
Exactly.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna be
but she's right though. She's absolutely right. It pretty much coincides with what I said a while ago about he wants the attention on him. So I feel like if he does get a woman with kids, like Miss Margot is pretty much trying to say, if he gets a woman with he has a kid with a woman, attention goes to that child, he's gonna probably leave her. Because he wants that attention. I feel like that he wants just attention to be on him. That's just what the only other explanation.
On the table before you jump that room.
But he did say he wanted to build a kingdom, his kingdom. So with his kingdom, he wants to be able to create life with his bloodline and his wife. That's what he says he wants.
He wants to create life. He want to create life.
Like I said before, when he gets the 18-year-old girl, he's going to build a kingdom. Watch what happens. That's what he's going to do.
I didn't understand that.
He's going to be 50 and get an 18-year-old. 50, 18-year-old child. He's going to build his kingdom with that. Wow. That's what he's going to do.
So you trying to say that he's going to be in his depends before he's able to get a good wife?
Damn right. You better be ready to wipe his butt and everything. They got to be my diaper change. Come change me. Not there.
He gonna have to use the blue pill to try to make the baby. That's why I said,
I gotta get the baby first. No, you get me, then the baby.
Dang.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I feel like he is. He's selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like, you selfish. If you feel like that the woman can't have kids, I feel like it's an attention-seeking thing. He might be a consumer.
You can do what you want to do. If you want to marry a woman with no kids, that's fine. But telling other people that women with kids are bad, that's a no. That's where I disagree with him. He shouldn't be doing. I mean, applaud him for what he want to do. He's single. He got his life ahead of him, and he's looking for a queen without a kid. That's fine. But to go around saying that women are hoes and sluts because they have babies, it's wrong. You just don't do that.
My thing is also with him talking about he's breaking a generational curse. So you're saying it's a curse to be a single parent. But my thing is that you're going at the women. Why are a lot of these homes fatherless? You're not
you know what, Spicy, and that's a good question. But like I said, you gotta be careful who you get with. And I'm not gonna say it's the women's fault or the men's fault, it's who you choose.
You know what? You can say that. You can say that, but like he tried to say, be more observant and more careful of who you choose to have a relationship with and who you lay with. But you have people that put on facades. You can be with a person for 16 years. That doesn't mean you know them.
That's right.
That's
right. Baby, all kind of fake.
You don't know who you're getting. All you could go by is the steps that you're walking with them.
Mm-hmm. You know what? That's why I'm gonna say it like this. Pick God first and let God lead you. He won't lead you wrong.
Marco said he gonna end up having all girls. That's gonna be his curse.
All girls. Yes.
That's crazy.
And them girls gonna give him hell.
Yes. I agree. You know, it's a trip because I mean I've never seen a such. You know, I can understand your preference, but to actually build a business and promote and have T-shirts encouraging men to leave their women and only to have a woman with no children in your life, you're actually taking away from that man. You're not helping him. You're hurting him. That's my opinion. And then, you know,
like I said, they got to be weak-minded. If somebody said, I'm about to jump off this building, come jump with me, are you going to do it?
Yeah, but see, it's just like Marco say, we don't choose to be single mothers. We don't have. Okay, you know, I'm gonna find me a rich guy, or I'm gonna find me the tall, dark, and handsome, and I'm gonna have a baby. Then I'm gonna be on my own. I want to raise a baby by myself. We don't choose that. We don't choose that. But my thing about it is that I didn't have it in a blueprint format to be a single mother, to raise 3 kids on my own. Okay, but at the same time, my thing is that I had to be placed in that situation, in that position, because I refuse to be hurt. I refuse to be abused. I refuse to be cheated on. I refuse to be gone through the mud and the dirt. That's why I'm a single parent. And just like I explained to, I think it was Dwight I was talking to, but just like being single celibate right now, I refuse to even deal with certain circumstances right now because I'm at the age now, my tolerance level is totally different. Mm-hmm. It's totally different. I'm not going to tolerate to where you think you're going to treat me like I'm one of your toys, or you just want to use me to season a particular meal, and then when you're done, you didn't throw it out in the trash or to the curb for the trash day. No, I love myself too much. I am too valuable to be treated like that.
They got that right.
Single.
Yes.
When you begin to love yourself, you don't tolerate a lot of things, but you're not going to sit here and tell me that we're not valuable. I'm very valuable.
Very.
Okay.
And beautiful.
I know. Thank you. I know how to treat a man. I know how to cater to a man. I know how to be a woman and stand in a woman. I know how to listen. I know this. But my thing is, what we're looking at is how the generations have changed. Men and women, correction, are not the same as they used to be. Relationships are not the same. People don't respect the body like they used to. This is why situations are the way they are now. It's just like the tone of the music. The tone of the music, we could understand it back then, but now we can't. It changes.
It used to be about love and marriage and being together, staying together, a family. Now it's just talking about the money, getting the draws off, and getting to what we're gonna do after midnight.
Yeah,
this is the generation, and it's gonna get worse as time goes on. So if y'all think this is something, shoot, I hate to see what's gonna happen in another 5 or 10 years. It's gonna be worse than this.
Yeah, and
That's
Marco
just being.
says, she say fighting for self is different now. It is. It's like a battle.
Yes.
It's a war.
It's a constant judgment.
It is. I mean, just fighting for your self-respect, fighting for your image, fighting for who you really stand for.
Yeah.
And I mean, I deal with that all the time where people misconstrue who I am. Like, you don't know me. I'm not that type of person. That's not what I'm intending for, And I have to say, look, Lord, I can't do this. And like he said, the battle is his, not mine. So I'm handing over the sword.
Hand it over.
Yeah.
If I go to my grave, a single parent, I tell you what, I am proud and wouldn't change anything as a mother and how I raised my children and who I was in their life.
It's just that man that thinks like that, more than likely you're going to miss out on a very good woman.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to miss out because, yeah, it's true. It's got some single moms out there and not about being respectful. We use that kind of word of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of us out here that are respectful of ourselves.
Yeah, because like people, they look at it as the wrong way. They're like with him, and Kevin Samuels. So why wasn't you able to keep him? Why wasn't he able to keep his hands off of me?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You're asking these stupid questions. Why you wasn't with us? Why did he die?
You don't know.
You don't know anything that's going on. You're just assuming.
So for him to go out there to put it out there as single mothers are not of value, and if they have kids and they're not with the dads, that they're a lost cause. That is over for them. Where does it say that it's over for us and we got children, but we're not with the dad? When is it over?
First of all, he better hope he can even have kids.
Exactly, because the Lord can do this number. I can stop.
Exactly.
Keep talking.
That count.
Doing all that talking.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my thing is just just like the men do something for us in foundation, a woman does something in support and structure with the man as well. It's team power.
Yes.
And only because she has kids does not make her a bad person. That could be the one woman that can give you everything that you need in your life.
Yes.
It's like you wonder, well, why he left her? Why she divorced him? Or why did he leave? Because I mean, men leave and they leave for the wrong woman, and they want to come back to the first woman because they end up realizing later on, I had it good over there. I can't get it back. Because you got to look at too, when you talk about a woman with children, she is valuable because the fact is she's in an important position to where she has to set an example for her children.
Yeah.
Now, if she sit up here and she sets an example of dipping and dabbing everywhere, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
But to say, well, you know what, kids, because I got y'all, there's no hope. Y'all would never have that male figure around here. And then I'm gonna touch on that subject as well, because when you do stuff like that, you put position. And this is the other reason why I'm upset, is that the fact that he's going out here encouraging men to leave women with children, or to put out there that women with children are not valuable, or it's over for them. Do you know that there have been situations, look it up, there have been cases where women have killed their children because they know that man didn't want any children, or that man didn't want to deal with her children. Why would you do that?
Mm-hmm. And he's talking about breaking generational curses, right? All right. These women run around with these kids because the father decided to run off, or they passed away, or they just thought the grass was greener on that painted grass over there, and leave the children without a father. Now, a good man come around, he sees this woman with a child or two or more, whatever, and he decides he wants to be in her life because he loves her and he wants to raise these kids and make sure they always have a father figure in their life. Kids grow up 9 out of 10, not all the time, but 9 out of 10, they grow up very successful children. I've seen it. Grow up very successful. Now, if you take that away and you tell these men that could be God put people in people's lives for a reason. And to have the devil, you know who, going around telling these men they shouldn't be with the woman that they're with, you don't know you remove God's hand off that man to be with that woman. And therefore, what I say is be careful what you say and do and say on these platforms, because you might be removing God's hand off a person that's supposed to be in the place where they're supposed to be. And when you do that, what that blood is on your hands and it comes back on you tenfold.
Exactly. And Margot says Kevin Samuels is a joke. Does he have a woman or a man? From what he stated on one of his shows is that the men should be for men. So he's for men. He just have, like kind of feminine attributes.
Yeah, he's on our home team over here.
That is not a king mentally. A step is better than a step out that. Girl, say that.
What you say?
Click on the side where it says the comments.
She says, and he called them kings. The nerve. That's not a king mentally. A stepdad is better than a step out dad. Thank you. Yes.
What they call them, sperm donors?
Sperm donors. Well, and I wonder, okay, he's 32 years old, right?
32.
Okay. This young man, that last comment, he said, I'll give you some drink. I don't know where your mouth been. Who knows where your mouth been? You sitting over here talking about holier than thou. You're 32 years old. I know you ain't sitting at home jacking off yourself. So who you sleeping with?
Look, since you said that, he probably is doing that. A lot of men do that. They say that they don't. They're lying. They freaking lying.
Yes. If he tells me, no, I stay at home. I'm celibate.
Well, that's a thing.
He didn't mention nothing about whether he's sexually active or he's celibate.
I wonder.
Well, he might got one of those dogs.
Yes,
I don't know.
You do know kings don't go out there tramping around.
And he probably tramping around with women with kids.
Because they don't have no value. What he says.
Yes. So even at 32,
he said that. He might have a point. He just might creep over there at 2:00 in the morning and leave, and then he's looking for somebody that don't have no kids to marry. So
well, that would make him this little.
And I wonder to see what Marco's saying. She said he's been hurt. I wonder if he's been hurt. That is a question. To where he's been scorned to where he's like, well, I don't want no woman with kids.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, I think he's doing this just to get clout and just to make money, sell T-shirts.
Yeah.
These T-shirts out there now. You got a lot of men buying
as well. He has his own podcast as well.
I think he just doing this just to. Hey, you do what you do, brother. If that's probably what he's doing, he probably doing what he says. He's just doing it just for the attention, to get money and all that other stuff. So
probably so.
But like she said, he probably have been hurt by either by somebody that had kids. But like I said, if he was with a woman before that had kids, it was because the attention wasn't on him; it was on her kids, and he got mad, and so that's why he's saying, "I'm not gonna have kids by nobody else." I'm not gonna date a woman with kids, or maybe a woman with kids hurt him. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
he said he never have dated a woman with kids, and he never will.
Oh, but you know what it is, Spicy? He might have seen.
He said he never dated. Never said he didn't sleep with him.
Well, he might have had some friends that might have had kids with a woman or been with a woman that had kids, and maybe he said, you know what, it could have been when he was a young child or a teenager, and he seen a lot of stuff like that, and he just said, woo, I don't want that smoke for me, so I'm going to just get a woman with no kids. So it could be a number of things why he acts the way he acts.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell him, stop letting the devil use you, boy.
Okay.
Exactly.
You know,
So I mean,
but I
just
know, but that's
one day these men that left these women the way they did, that they would, sit back and they see what they caused and, rethink about, that one, they need to apologize because you hurt a family, you built something with this woman, you built something with these children, and then you just dry left them. Because one, I feel personally, you never did really truly love her and the kids. Two, you use as an excuse that this guy's video woke you up. This guy inspired you to leave your relationship, and that because you don't have no kids with this woman and she got kids by other men, to just leave her like that.
Well, Spicy, one thing I want to ask him, why you wait 10 years? And another thing is, why you didn't marry this woman? You've been with her for 10 years.
Yeah, because one left his marriage, the other one called off the engagement.
Well, one left his marriage? You said marriage?
Marriage. And the other one left
well,
his
you know what? He's stupid. Now you're going to have to pay child support. You're going to pay alimony. You're going to pay this. So he was stupid to take that advice. If he's been in the marriage over 10 years or more, he's stupid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Miss Margot, that could be another one, Miss Margot, another reason why he's hurt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
So what if he got a woman pregnant and she lied to him about it being his, and he spoke with anger? I'm just saying. Oh, he's stuck with anger. Okay.
That's what you get therapy for. He should have got therapy.
If that's the case, then yeah, he need to go and get some therapy or something.
That's just like we speak on, don't make the next person pay for what the last person did. You're making all the women that's single mothers pay for what somebody else did.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't even make it right.
No, it don't. No, it don't. But the main thing on this altogether is your preference is fine.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing wrong with it at all. But your comments behind it, destroying other people's relationships, putting your point of view on others, causing these men, you can't cause them to do anything, but there's power in your words.
Yes.
And your words are like a sword. It can cut deep. You're destroying families. You are putting out poison out there. There's no such thing as your kingdom. God creates that, not you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't break no chains. Only God can.
Exactly. So, I mean, this has been a great subject. And Margot, thank you so much. She's been so interactive with us on this.
Yes.
She's coming from watching on YouTube. Thank you so much. I actually think she's one of my subscribers. But my thing is that, this young man, I hope later on he see what he's doing is wrong. I mean, yes, his preference is his preference. So be it. But don't go around ruining other lives because of your preference.
Mm-hmm.
And your mindset on women, I pray that God changes that, because that's poison. That's really poison.
You're a handicap to others.
Yes. So make sure y'all are tuning next week, and please don't forget the Purple Heart raffle. It's going to be going on all the way to December 16th. On this one here, this is the first part of the raffle. You can enter just for Purple Heart under the post on my page and inbox me your phone number, which I've seen one already, so I'm gonna have to go in there and get the ticket ready. It's a gift basket for 2, and the second drawing will be $100 gift card to Amazon. Mm-hmm. And on the part 2 is the 50-inch screen TV. Now the tickets for the screen TV are $10. So you would put a purple heart under the post. Inbox me your phone number and Cash App $ the Unspoken Heart. $10 and your ticket goes automatically into there. So make sure you look at the last day. The day we will be announcing the winner is on December the 16th, and it will be live during the discussion hour.
I'm excited.
Yes, we
They can enter multiple times, can't they?
Huh?
Okay, on the TV, thank you, Dominique. On
Yeah.
the TV, when y'all on the TV, you can enter as many times as you want to. You can purchase as many tickets as you want to. That heightens your chances of winning the TV. On the first raffle with the gift basket and the $100 gift card, you only can enter one time. So it's just one entrance for the first half on the TV. You can purchase as many tickets as you want. You're very welcome, Margot. Much love, and thank you for supporting. Like I said, just make sure y'all pay attention to my post, and we don't know what we're going to be doing next week. We're up in the air about the topic. We're throwing some topics up, so just be watching out for the flyer. We'll be putting up a flyer once we come to the agreement with the topic on next week. We will be on 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. Y'all have a blessed week.